Commonwealth versus Rippy looks at the intersection between theft and unauthorized use of a vehicle. So in this case, the question is whether the defendant actually planned to return the vehicle or not. So we know that theft is kind of on a continuum, with unauthorized use being the kind of the entry to this crime, that you may well um, use a vehicle without permission to do so, but you may not be planning to permanently deprive the owner of that vehicle. So the distinction between the crime of unauthorized use, which is joyriding, and theft is this question of intent. And so, as always, remember that we're trying to determine what's inside of a person's head. And here we're trying to determine what's inside of their head in the future, or what are they planning to do or not do with this property that they've obtained. So in the case of Rippy, the court says in this fairly short case, we learned that the person who took the vehicle obviously knows the people who the vehicle was taken from. They call him and ask him if he has it. He says, yes, it's in the serious car accident. I'm going to return it to you. It's currently in a garage in New York. And then later the police, responding to a stolen vehicle report, pull the car over and they determine that it's not, the car is not the person's vehicle. And they arrest the driver and the passenger. The driver is the girlfriend of the person who took the car from the owner. And the question here is not whether the defendant Rippy engaged in unauthorized use, but whether he ever planned to return the car. And the court here says, if you look at the context, he did tell the owner that he had it and that he was going to return it. And when the police officer tried to pull the car over, the driver, the defendant's girlfriend, doesn't try to evade the police. These are all things that are good for the defendant to try to show that he's going to return this property that he's admitted to the owner that he has. These are all great things in his column. But the court says, if you look at the totality of the circumstances, he lies about where the car's going. He lies about the fact that it's in a garage being repaired. It was never in New York. It was never in a garage to be fixed. And so the court says that this is now a jury question. What's inside the defendant's mind is now, there's enough evidence here from which a jury could conclude that his intent was not to return the car. And so when they found that he did not intend to return it, then that's sufficient to show theft and not just unauthorized use.